guys, and welcome back to some more Hypixel SkyBlock. Today we're going to be testing out my first ever set of Infernal armor in the game, which I know I'm late to, okay, but I literally couldn't play Kudra. What more do you want from me? I've been grinding flares non-stop, dude. I'm permanently rinsed of nether stars, but at long last, I got one set to Infernal. Now, after all this suffering, after all these months, you'd have thought I would have done Mage. Consider I'm using this the most. Nope, my Aurora's still on fiery. Maybe even Crimson. I didn't even make a 10-10 Crimson helmet. Nope, that's still on fiery. The helmet's only burning as well. It's kind of disgusting. Of all things, I bet you never saw this coming. We made a Terra Infernal. Yes, it's 0-star for the time being because I'm rinsed, okay? I'm putting my money elsewhere because not only did we get Infernal Terra, but we also made ourselves a second equipment set for when we're using Terra, all with dominance on it, so we get as much damage as possible because obviously we have dominance 10 on the set, so that is just gonna make us so overpowered. It also has speed, and if you've noticed, it's basically the dungeon setup because the dungeon meta is to use a full set of equipment with dominance and speed, so it's versatile. I can use that for two different things. I thought it was a worthy investment. Let's see how good it plays against Kudra though. Now, one thing I gotta get used to is swapping over equipment sets as well as swapping to my armor set and still being fast enough to hopefully one cycle Kudra. Come on, please say I'm not throwing. Please say I'm not throwing. Let's go. Now let's get our Ragnarok's, our Warden helmet on, and we should be able to shred this bad boy. Come here, boy. My Ragnarok got cancelled. I'm so upset. I'm trying to flex my damage here, game. You can't be doing me like that. Okay, we got our Ragnarok axe off. Let's see how much DPS we do now. That's more like it. Oh my days. Yeah, if we can get that first Ragnarok's in, that boy disappearing. The only thing is this is so long having to swap all my equipment back over, but it's worth it for minor damage increases. Although I say minor, like 4 lots of dominance. If that's all at dominance 10, that gives us 60% more damage on top of the 45% I'm getting from 3-Force Terra. Oh, damn. That's actually kind of worth doing. Never mind. Why did I go for Infernal Terra first? I went for this first because the runs are essentially so optimized now that before, like, the gathering supplies phase was the bottleneck and this would take the longest. This run is not a good example because we are skill issuing massively. But in the runs that go smoothly, you get this done immediately. You fuel the ballista immediately. You insta-kill Kudra immediately. Like, that is pretty much done as quickly as humanly possible. Me doing more damage wouldn't really affect how quickly all of that's done because it's all task-based. So Infernal Aurora was kind of ruled out. That leaves the only time gate, really, the last phase where you kill Kudra. This is really such a bad run to demonstrate that. We still haven't got the last supply chest, but that's the true time gate when your run is going smoothly. Killing Kudra at the end as quickly as possible is important for fast runs. So I went for Terra first so I could blitz through Kudra as quickly as possible, therefore get Teeth as quickly as possible and upgrade the rest of my sets to Infernal as quickly as possible. But if you're asking me what I want personally, Crimson is what I want to get to Infernal the most. It just made more sense to do Terra first. I'm simultaneously impressed and depressed by how this floor facilitates getting Infernal sets because 3 teeth per run is wham. Don't get me wrong, that is ridiculous and makes life a hell of a lot easier. But also the amount of keys that it demands. For those of you that don't know, upgrading from burning to fiery is 40 teeth per piece, which is already a lot, right? That's already a lot. And then upgrading from fiery to Infernal is a fat 80 teeth per piece. And we got the Ragnarok's off the rip this time. Unfortunately, my teammate's dead. We are destined to not do the maximum DPS possible. But anyhow, to go from burning to Infernal, 120 teeth per piece, and you need 2 nether stars per key. Obviously, each key gives you 3 teeth, which is pretty generous, but man, we have got to do so much Vanquisher grinding so I can get the rest of my sets up to Infernal. I'm still pretty sold on the next one being Crimson, but chat can have the vote on this one. Do we do Crimson or do we do Aurora? I do use Aurora more, but I think it'll pain me if I don't give Bird the love it deserves. The main reason is because I want to try this. I made this the other day with Magic Find 10 Veteran 10 because obviously Infernal at a really high star is comparable to a Warden helmet. It's very slightly worse, but only very slightly. And the fact you get the attributes on it and you don't get the speed nerf of using a Warden helmet makes it worth using. And I really want want to try that more than I want to continue trying out Aurora. But leveling up my Aurora will make grinding teeth easier because it will make doing Kudra easier. So it's a bit of a catch-22. Thank you, gamers. 53%, 1,050 votes. Thank you. That's actually kind of close. I'm so happy I don't have to do Aurora. I'm gonna love when my Aurora is Infernal, but for the time being, it's a much smaller upgrade than being able to wear full Infernal Crimson armor, I think. That's just gonna be bless. Plus, making my Aurora Infernal right now is kind of redundant because I believe Infernal only gives me like 15 intelligence or something. It's really not a lot. Obviously, when we start starring it with Infernal, that's where it'll make a massive difference. But I haven't even beat this on wave 100 yet, which I need to do. For those of you that don't know, if you beat this on wave 100, you get a 10% damage boost to all of the mobs, which I 100% need to do if I'm playing crowd control, which is the role that I main, because 10% more damage to all of these would just be perfecto. And I'm actually missing one final thing, which I believe I'm really, really close to. Oh my god, literally this run, that's perfect timing. We get to upgrade our Kudra pet to epic. Now, I do actually have an epic Kudra pet, but that's because we tier boosted it. So what we'll do is we'll take that tier boost off, actually upgrade it to epic, and then tier boost it again and make it legendary. And that makes us do another 5% damage to Kudra, I think. Oh, I guess the extra damage doesn't matter if you're dead, Callum. Nice. And run complete. Collections, boss collections, Kudra 4, baby. Gimme the loot and the SkyBlock XP, of course. You love to see it. Now let's get our Kudra pet actually properly upgraded to epic. There's my boy. Boom. And now I believe I have a spare tier boost somewhere, so we can upgrade him to legendary, where he gains the Kudra specialist perk. Increases all damage to Kudra and his minions by 5%. Oh, I didn't realize that worked on his minions as well. That's actually kind of goated. You got Breeze mana regen. I guess that's not bad on the Aurora chestplate. It's not god roll, but yeah, I guess that sells for something nice. Dude, I was going through my chest the other day and I found a random pair of Magic Find Veteran Crimson leggings. I was like, oh, that's a pretty neat find in the middle of a chest somewhere. Let's go auction that. Probably like 100 mil or something. Guess how much? 350 million coins. I found that randomly in a chest, and no, it wasn't contraband. I actually dropped it with my own fair hands. I can't believe I found that just chilling in a chest, dude. Easy money. What, dude? I was firmly in the sky. Although now we can perform the social experiment that I wanted to. How slowly do they do this without me and all of my OP gear? The answer is very. Oh my god, that actually makes me feel useful. That makes me feel a little bit warm in my soul. I have a purpose out here, chat. Although obviously you could argue they're doing it slowly because they are missing a player. But come on, dude, they're doing it like significantly slower. I shouldn't slap talk my teammates. We should encourage each other, lift each other. Never mind, they suck. This does make me feel good about myself, despite the fact that I threw this boss entirely by dying. We got some entertainment out of that. You love to see it. I think one of the reasons I enjoy Kudra so much is because obviously in dungeons, you do mad damage, right? But that's because your kata level boosts all of your base Hypixel SkyBlock stats by a stupid amount. Whereas this is just my straight up damage. I could do this anywhere in the game if I wanted to. It's not locked into just Kudra. And that's why I think this is so fun. There's so much you can do to toy around with your setup to get you just insanely overpowered. And then if I wanted to, I could take this exact setup and go and absolutely nuke the living hell out of the magma boss and grind bestiary. Like, I think that's what makes this most fun for me and why I'm willing to invest so much money into my setup for it, even if it is sending me broke. Honestly, attributes come at no cheap cost. It's ridiculous. Ooh, I didn't think we'd get him there. I was cheeky. We are ripping with this setup. I have no regrets about getting this. Deathstreak says his Infernal Terror is 14 star now. Like, holy, one off of max. That is actually ridiculous. And apparently it costs around 3 billion coins to get an Infernal piece from 0 stars to 15 stars. Dude, this is just destroying destroying my bank. I have no coins left because I'm just spending it all on attributes. Attributes is what's rinsing me. I haven't even gone to stars yet. I've got one set to Infernal with 0 stars. Oh, man. I hate it here. In case you're wondering what I'm spending all my money on, this is going to be beautiful when that's fully done. I'm going to absolutely abuse that. And then, obviously, the dominance and speed set, as well as the mana pool and mana regen set. I'm trying to get it all to 10-10. And, yeah, I don't think I can even afford to do that with the 4.5 billion in my purse. Why do you need Precursor Helm? Because this phase is very weird. So I do swap to the Warden Helmet for the last bit for max DPS. But in this phase, you don't actually need max DPS. You need maximum hits. You need to get as many hits on Kudra as possible to skip him. Minus Ferocity. Ferocity doesn't count at this part of the boss fight. It counts at the end. Like I said, it's really weird. In order to get as many hits as possible, obviously use a Terminator with Duplex to shoot the extra arrows, and you spam sneak with a Precursor Eye whilst looking at an angle. So if you notice, I stay down here and look up because Kudra's made of 2 magma cubes, so you can hit both magma cubes with the laser. So that's why I use the Precursor Eye at this phase. It's very complicated, I know. This has by far like the highest gear requirement out of anything in the game. Oh my god. And I still bottle it. A Kudra core. Your boy is profiting live on stream. How much are these things worth? 60 millers. That's fallen a fair bit, but still decent amount of coin. I honestly will never tire of watching his health melt like that, bro. And I wasn't even Ragnaroxing there either. It's so beautiful. But I think I've done enough bullying of Kudra today. And it seems I'm also pretty spent on keys. So time to start farming flares for another 1,000 years. And get that Infernal Crimson that you all so desperately want to see. So thank you all very much for watching. If you enjoyed, please be sure to leave a like and consider subscribing if you're new around here. And I'll see you all soon. Peace.